Hi guys, earlier I put this slide on social media and I said I'd do a video explaining what it meant, and in particular in relation to fat loss and maintaining your weight and so on, especially during these unusual lockdown times. So here goes. So if you go back and look at that slide again there, you'll notice that on the left hand side it talks about TDEE. Now your TDEE is your total daily energy expenditure. So the total amount of energy that you use throughout the day, all added up together. Okay, now that's made up of a number of different components, as you can see. The largest and the most and the one that uses up the most of your energy is what we call the BMR. Now, the BMR makes up about 70% of your total daily energy requirements. Now, the BMR is your basal metabolic rate. So the basal metabolic rate, or the BMR, that's the amount of energy your body needs at rest. Okay, so just to do nothing, okay, just to function and to repair cells and for breathing and respiration and so on, that's the BMR. Now your BMR doesn't really change very much, and there's not a great deal you can do about it. There is some evidence, and there are studies into adaptations as you lose weight or you gain weight, but that's not something we really need to worry about just now. So the vast majority of your energy needs are required just to keep your body functioning and to keep you alive, and that's about 70% of your daily energy requirements. The next bit you'll notice on there is the NEAT, and we're going to come back to this in a little bit, but that's your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So that's the energy you use doing your day-to-day things. Okay, so stood in the kitchen making a cup of tea, walking to the bus stop, the number of steps that you take during the day. And like I said, this is something that we are going to come back to, because this is the one area that we can make a big change to, and we can really affect the amount of calories in the TDEE. Okay, the next bit you'll see is the TEF, or the thermal effects of food. Now, this is the amount of energy it takes your body to actually digest the food. So people often say a calorie is a calorie is a calorie, but not all calories are actually equal. So it takes different amounts of energy for your body to break that food down. Okay, so for example, protein's a little bit harder for your body to break down than carbohydrates and sugars. Okay, which is hence why you would use carbohydrates and sugars to get a quick boost of energy. Okay, again, there's not much, it doesn't make up a massive amount of your daily energy expenditure, and there's little tweaks you can make to your diet to affect that, but you're not going to make a great deal of difference to it at all. Okay, and then the final one on there is your EAT, your energy, your exercise activity thermogenesis. So this is the energy that you're going to burn up during formal exercise. So when you go to the gym, when you go for a spinning session, go to a class, you go on a bike ride, so it's an activity that you plan to burn up energy. And if you notice on there, it makes up a very, very small amount of your daily energy expenditure. Okay, it'll vary slightly differently for different people and depending on the nature of the exercise, but you're probably not burning quite as much energy as you think when you're exercising. So when it comes back to affecting your total daily calorie needs, okay, the exercise isn't going to make a massive amount of difference, which is why if you miss a gym session, you really should not be beating yourself up about it. Okay, the bit that we can really affect is a bit we're going to talk to about next, is the NEAT. So the NEAT, the non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Okay, so this is the energy you expend when you're not eating, sleeping, or doing sports-related activity or exercise-related activity, formal exercise. So it's it's when you're typing. It's when you're, bizarrely enough, it's when you're fidgeting. It's when you're fidgeting. Okay, so I know, for example, if I've not burnt off a lot of energy during the day, when I'm sat watching TV at night, I fidget a lot, and it's my body's way of getting rid of that energy. It's the number of steps. This is massive, absolutely massive. The number of steps that we take. The old thing used to be get off the bus stop a stop earlier, park your car in the far corner of a car park when you go to the supermarket or when you park anywhere. And bizarre as that sounds, it all increases the NEAT. Okay, a number of people I've seen are complaining they're not losing weight or actually gaining weight during lockdown. There'll be a couple of reasons for this. Because a lot of them are reporting, but I'm doing more exercise, I'm doing an extra session a week or an extra session a day. But if you look back at that graph, the eat section at the top is very, very small. It's a very, very small proportion of your daily energy expenditure. Okay, but the NEAT is what people are suffering on. So if you normally go to work, even if you work in an office and you sit down all day, you walk to your car, you drive to the office, you walk from the office, from the car park into your office, you might climb up one flight of stairs, you go get yourself a cup of, all these little things add up to your steps, okay, and your daily activity. So this is the one area that you can really massively make a difference, but it's the one area that at the moment is particularly difficult to actually increase. We're allowed out once a day for a walk or a bike ride or a run. Okay, so you've got to try and get your NEAT up while you're at home. Okay, so it might sound really daft when you're cooking. Have your ingredients at one side of a room and your work area in another side of a room. Okay, and then you have to keep going backwards and forwards. Just those little things will make a difference to your NEAT. Going up and down the stairs a few more times a day. If you've got a downstairs toilet, don't use it. Use the upstairs toilet. So you're getting those extra few steps in. Just those little things. Get out in the garden, do a bit of gardening. All these things all add to your NEAT, and it's your NEAT that you've got to increase. Okay, when this lockdown situation is over, what we've got to do then is you've got to keep your NEAT up. Okay, so when we do go back to work, park as far away from doors as you can, or get off the bus a stop earlier. But all these will help you reduce any body fat that you've got or you want it to. It'll get that NEAT up, and that'll burn the calories off as well. Okay, if you have any questions or you want any help working out things like your BMR and your total daily energy expenditure, anything like that, drop me a message. Happy to help in any way that I can. We, the public, are the ones that are all in this together, so if we can help out at all, just drop me a message. I'm quite happy to point you in the direction of either some resources or actually just help you out sorting things out like diet plans and so on, and giving you some more tips and advice on how to increase that NEAT. Okay, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.